Welcome to Crafty Little Beach. This is Julie. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you. I found this the Bee's Knees Honey Company flower pot at Dollar Tree and I love it. It's a galvanized metal. It's distressed perfectly and it's got like a white distress over the front of it. I'm going to use that and one of their bee yard stakes to do a really cute little bee themed floral display. Now, this is a yardstick, so it's a little bit long for a pick for a flower pot, but we're just gonna make it that way. So I figure out about how long I want it to be, and just using some pliers, I bent it, and this actually broke off really easily. I bent it all the way like this, and then pulling it back, it just broke right off. I like this bee. It's a little colorful, especially compared to that pot. So we are going to be painting this, kind of toning it down, making it go a little bit better with the pot. The first thing I did is I wanted to paint the wings. So I'm just using a silver acrylic and one of those little stencil sponge brushes and just kind of going all over. It was kind of a rainbow finish on there before, but I want it to coordinate a little bit more with what the flower pot looks like. And we will be painting this a little bit more too to coordinate with the flowers that we add to the flower pot as well. I'm going to show you how to do this with faux flowers from the Dollar Tree, but you could also do this with a real plant as well. That would be beautiful. I found two of those flower pots from the Dollar Tree, this one and one that was more white with the galvanized metal bees all over it. I got both of them because they're so cute. Since it's going to be outside, I'm going to weigh it down with just some extra stones I have from the Dollar Tree to make the bottom of it heavy. And then I'm just going to use some Dollar Tree floral foam to fill it up. I didn't really have anything that was specific to the size to this flower pot. So we're just going to put it together. I ended up using 3 pieces. I do have to cut the corners off of these though to get into that round pot to make it fit. But it's going to give me lots of area to be able to put the faux floral and greenery into and fill up the pot. For the top, I just used some of their green floral moss here for the top, just in case you can see in there. I don't want you to be able to see any of the foam. And I'm probably going to display this on the little table next to my front door. I think it's going to be really pretty for spring or even summer. For the flowers, I'm using these daisies that I got at the Dollar Tree. They're in with the spring flowers right now. And just using my wire cutter, I'm just going to cut them into individual pieces. I thought I was going to need a lot because the flower pot was pretty full, but the flowers themselves are really large, so I only had to use one package. As you can see, they are all kind of bent up, so I'm just using my heat gun to give them a quick iron. It makes the Dollar Tree flowers look so much better. It's like giving them a little ironing, and I find that that helps. On these daisies, there's a little variation to how they're made. Some of them have some shorter petals there in the middle, but I just kind of work one at a time. I found it a little bit easier to give them their little iron before I put them in the pot and kind of scattered them all over. And then we can have some more greenery added to it and we can add that little bee yard stake into the middle. See how full one batch of that really filled it up? Now this is some of the greenery from the Dollar Tree right now. It's not labeled as eucalyptus, but I think it's like the eucalyptus. And I'm going to cut these into individual pieces too and just kind of spread these around. I like this because it added a little bit of green, a little bit of a bush variety to this when there's leaves on the flowers, but you really can't see them at all. So I think this provides just a little bit more fun and color to this little DIY. And I love these flower pots. I was really inspired by this one. I think it's so cute. And the little DIY we do to the bee on here really makes it all go together. The first thing I'm going to do is it has golden stripes and I want mine to be bright yellow just because I used bright yellow flowers. So to make it brighter, I go over it with white acrylic first. Then I'm going to go over it with some bright yellow. That way it's going to make it pop and not be toned down because this color of yellow can really take in any like dark colors that you might see underneath of it. And so I try to just work with some thinner coats. It's pretty easy to clean these up if you kind of go outside your line, but I'm just going to paint those on. I'm going to leave like the black part of the bee intact. I think that looks fine, but I really wanted the yellow to pop to really coordinate well with the flowers. So just a couple thin coats over that. And I also want to paint the wings a little bit more too, so they look distressed a little bit like the flower pot. To do that, I'm just going to use some white acrylic and a little makeup sponge. I'm just going to sponge, kind of dragging it over the texture there on the wing to make it stand out a little bit, but also to age it, make it look like that galvanized metal aging, very similar to the pot. Maybe a little bit more distressing, and I think it looks really cute like this. So I'm just going to put this into the foam as well, right here in the middle, kind of like it's flying off to the side just a little bit. This was such an easy DIY. It just screams spring and summer to me with the bee, the bright yellows, the greenery, and the flower pot is so cute. Let me show you the flower pot so you can read it. It says local honey, the bee's knees honey company. Isn't it so cute? Harvested daily.